YouTube, what's good? First and foremost, I will state that I do plan on getting a Nintendo Switch 2. And before I get into the positives and the whys, I want to get into the negatives and why I think this will not even sell as good as an Xbox. Series S and Series X are sitting at somewhere at 15 million sales each. A discless Series S, 15 million, and Series X, 15 million. Wikipedia has it at 28 million, with other sources stating up to 32 million. Now, for people saying that the Switch 2 not selling because of one game being $80 and that it's not indicative of other games, well, we got Mario Kart at 80, but we got Donkey Kong, which is a low-end game, at 70. So 70 is the starting price for low-end games. 80 is the high-end price. Donkey Kong is just a reskin of Mario Odyssey. Same mechanics for $70. Now, you're going to have a starting price of $500. A lot of people want to get that bundle and get Mario Kart for cheaper. $500 is your buy-in. That doesn't include accessories and other games, which is going to cost you very quickly another $500 before the year's over. More than likely. Mario Party for $80. $20 DLCs are not indicative of what Nintendo's trying to do here with the $70 to $80 price point. Games are not going to be cheaper than $70. They're going to be between 70 and 80 bucks. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for 70. Old Kirby for 80 because it has DLC. Zelda for 80. Got Street Fighter here for 60, but it's not even on the cart. It's a key card for some reason. These carts can hold 64 gigabytes, yet they don't want to put it on the cart. Bravely Default. And here's another thing. Collectors don't like this. It's a download to a key card. You download it to a key card. What is the point? And it looks ugly. Look how ugly that banner looks at the bottom compared to these games. Why can't Bravely Default fit on a cart? There's a rumor stating that these carts cost $16 to manufacture. Well, how much do they cost when you mass produce them? $85 for a Pro controller. You might as well call that $100. You're gonna pay like $5 in taxes. That's 90. So that's $100 for a controller. $100 for a carrying case. I guess you don't really need that. Yakuza. Okay, here's a good price. $50. But it's also on a key card. So all these third-party games are all key cards, it seems. Like literally all of them, well, except Cyberpunk. People say, oh, well, showing just a few games is not indicative. But it is. Look at this. Ready. $50. Okay. Key card. Everything I see is a key card. That's third party. There are no. Okay, here we go. We have Cyberpunk. $70, not a key card. $70 for Cyberpunk. It doesn't even cost this much on PS5 with Phantom Liberty DLC. It's only $59.99 on PS5. And there's never a sale on it. Even though it's been out on PS5 for a long time. There's never a sale. It's got that white label. And so this isn't going to have a sale either. $70, one game that's not on the cart. And it's 30 frames handheld and 40 frames docked TV mode. 40 frames. Other than collecting this, there's no point in buying it. Unless you don't have a PlayStation or an Xbox. There's really no point. Here we go. $70 third-party games. You don't even see this on PS5. Well, yeah, you do, but for this, it's a cartoon. Damon X Machina, $70. It looks like it's on the cart too. Okay, 2 games. My mistake. There's 2 games. Oh, 2 games on the cart now. Okay. We got Story of Seasons, a cartoon for $60. It looks like it's on the cart too. Okay, some of these are on the cart. I see 2 more on the cart. Some cartoon games, but you know, $70 for Guardians of Azuma. These aren't games that I would buy. But I know there's a big fan base for these type of games in the Nintendo community. $100 for the limited edition, which that's normal. You get extra stuff, whatever. Here, $95 for Joy-Cons plus taxes is $5, give or take. So Joy-Cons are $100 after taxes. $100 to replace your Joy-Cons. $90 for your Pro controller. So basically any controller you get is going to be a $100 bill. And with your Pro controller, you're going to get a 10 spot back to fill up your gas tank. However much you can fill it up with $10. $35 for an adapter. That's not too bad. I mean, it's overpriced, but that's affordable. But it's going to add up. $40 for your carrying case. $60 for your micro SD express card, because you cannot use your old SD card in a Nintendo Switch 2. You have to use the EX SD Express. $60 just for 256 gigabytes. So this plus your Nintendo Switch internal storage will be half of a terabyte in 2025. $25 for some wheels, some cheap wheels for your Joy-Con set. $40 for the grip. I'm sure it comes with it in the Nintendo Switch box, right? I sure hope it does this time, because $40 for a piece of plastic is crazy. $55 for a left or right Joy-Con. So if you want to replace one and then the other, it's going to be $110 plus tax. If you get one, if your left side breaks now and your right side breaks next year, it's $110 plus tax. So $55. But the fact that they're selling them separate, that is kind of, I guess that is a good move, you know. $55 for Switch 2 camera. Now, I've seen a poll stating that 90% of people that want to Switch 2 do not want this camera. Now, I don't know if they plan on using their own camera. I want that camera, though. I don't know if they want to use their own camera, or if they just don't want to use a camera at all. I like the idea of being able to video chat, superimpose onto people, you know, people onto the screen of the games they're playing and vice versa and all that. I like that idea. You know, I like to FaceTime. I don't like to do phone calls. So that's something that, you know, is it a gimmick that I'll like for a couple months, or is it something that'll last me a long time? I have no idea. Depends on, you know, if my people are going to be buying this stuff and you know, my cousin might be getting this. But if my family and my friends don't have this, then I don't see it lasting very long as far as, you know, something to use. Now, Fast Fusion does have my attention. And it's only 15 bucks for a digital copy. Unfortunately, I think it's digital only, but it's also only $15 and it looks really good. And I'm pretty sure it's a Switch 2 exclusive. So that's a buy. So add me up after I bought my $500 console. I got my $55 here, my $100 Pro controller, so $150, right? Plus 15, $165. Plus Metroid Prime 4, I'm pretty sure that's going to be $80. If Donkey Kong is 70, Metroid Prime 4 is 80. So that's like 250 bucks. And all I got is the camera, Metroid Prime, Fast Fusion, and that's it. Oh, need the SD card. So how much we at? 50 for the camera, 60 for the SD card. It's 110 or 115 actually. 115. The game 130. Let's give Metroid the benefit of the doubt and call it a $70 game. That's $200, right? You need a case. Unless you don't plan on going anywhere. We don't need that right now. So it's $200 plus the $90 controller, the Pro controller, so $300. That puts me at $800. And if I get Mario Kart physical, which I want, that puts me at $830. Plus tax. And this is why I think it's going to flop. People are going to be like, okay, the buy-in price is $500, and then on top of that, after I plunk down $500, I got to buy all this stuff, and then the games aren't even on the card, key card. And then the games that are on there that I do want run at 40 frames. Well, I got a PlayStation 5, so I don't really need those. I'll get Final Fantasy 7 just for the collection and probably keep it sealed because I doubt it's going to fit on the cart. It's 90 gigabytes. Are these even third party or are they second party? Because like, are these even on PlayStation and Xbox? I think these are first party. That's why they're not key cards. I could be wrong, but I don't think these are on PlayStation and Xbox. And that's probably why Nintendo wants to do first and second party on the cart. Now, I'm hearing rumors that carts cost $16 to make. Is that like mass manufacturing? They still cost $16? Is this accurate or is this a false rumor? And is this why third party publishers are opting out? Charges $10 to put this on the cart. If it's $40 digital, charge $50 to put it on the cart. You know, games like this charge, charge 60 digital and 70 on the cart, and then problem solved. This notion that games that they sell us digital at the same price as physical is ridiculous. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will say this. The positives. I want Metroid Prime 4 because I saw the first level, the treehouse, whatever, on Nintendo, and it looked really good. I'm not gonna lie, that game sold me on this. Along with, we already know how good Mario Kart is, but this Mario Kart lets you grind on top of fences and on rails and on walls and stuff, and that looks extra fun. And I have kids, so those are two major sellers for me. Fast Fusion looks really good. And then Dusk Bloods has my attention because it's an exclusive FromSoft game. People calling it Bloodborne 2. Some people say it's just a timed exclusive, but we don't know that. We don't know that until it's announced for something else. But I will say this, Dusk Bloods is still owned by FromSoft. It's not owned by Nintendo. So like, Bloodborne is owned by Sony because they funded the IP, and that was the agreement, that they own it, that they own the rights, and that's why it's not on anything else. But the fact that Nintendo doesn't own it, doesn't own the rights to Dusk Bloods, means it could be a timed exclusive. Now, the reason why I'm on the fence is because if it's just multiplayer, then I might not want it. If it does have a single player story mode, then I'll be much more interested. And it does look like it has that. I could be wrong, but we'll find out. And is this enough to get me to pull the trigger? Not yet. But if they get a couple more games, I might say, yeah. I'm not going to get it year one. Absolutely not. I don't buy the beta models for anything. I learned my lesson buying a $2,000 Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 that had some minor glitches in it. It still worked, but it still had minor glitches, and for a $2,000 phone, it shouldn't have had that. I pre-ordered it and got it day one, and I will never do that for a device ever again. I got the PS5 2 years after it came out, and I'm not fighting for pre-orders on this thing either. So let me know, are you getting a Nintendo Switch 2? Do you think it's worth the price for the base console and for the bundle? Do you think the accessories and the games are too high priced? Do you not care about the key cards, or do you find it a problem? Are you going all digital, or are you still collecting games? Any other thoughts you have on the Nintendo Switch you'd like to share? Let me know in the comments below.